I'm Tim.
I'm Doug.
And we're from Chocolate Covered Game. And this is our crowdfunding segment for monthly mail of January 2022. I'll start us off because I'm always slightly more prepared.
My work schedule's been crazy, so...
Excuses. So my first one is the only one currently still active on Kickstarter that hasn't ended.
Okay.
Which is Globetrotters. It ends July 13th. The prices to back it are either $53, which gets you the retail version, or you can spend $68 for the Kickstarter version. It is a flip and write game.
Okay.
That comes with globes that you can write on.
Which I thought was cool. I did look at this one.
The globes are the selling point, but the more I thought about it, this game could easily be 2 sheets of papers, because it has your flip and write paper.
Yeah.
And then you replace the globe with a map, essentially, of the world.
Okay.
So you could save money on this by not having globes. So you're really buying it to draw on globes.
Okay.
I mean, it's like most flip and writes. You flip over cards. It gives you things you want to do, and then locations you have to get to.
Okay.
It looks interesting. Like I said, it will catch people's eyes because you're playing with a globe and you're drawing on a globe. Other than that, it's a flip and write game. Is it worth
flip and write?
But is it worth $53 for a flip and write?
That's expensive.
It's expensive.
It comes with those globes to write on.
That's the selling point. You're buying globes.
Yeah.
And it comes in a little suitcase. Other than that, I looked at it. I almost backed it, but I thought to myself, it's a flip and write. And the only reason I'm backing it is because of the gloves. So I'm like, no. But it's a great looking game. The production looks fantastic, like you said. A lot of good feedback from it, from the people that have played it, and they get their test. Well, of course, they only put positive feedbacks on the site. But, yep, that is Globetrotters ending July 13th.
All right. And who'd you say that game was from?
No, I don't have written down any of the people that have done theirs.
So, my first one, again, this is fly by the seat of my pants. I do have some bookmarked that I wanted to take a look at. So you're getting my first impressions of these, ones I thought I'd like. Cheese Factory. I don't know if you saw anything about that.
I did.
That is from Tiny Snack Games, I think I saw.
I believe this.
Yep. And so it is a engine building game where you're making cheese. But you're also trying to hinder your opponent by setting cheese fires.
As one does.
And there's you can't go wrong with melted cheese.
Velveeta sends more flaming cheese to craft companies than any other people you know.
Yep. So you build your factory, you make the different cheeses. Again, you hinder your opponent, and you build machines that sort of help.
The cheese making process?
Yes. Sorry, I drew a blank there. So you have 3 actions. You can draw a card blind of resources. You can use 2 actions to draw from the market. When you have the ingredients, again, you can make the cheese. Again, the reason I picked this game is it says it plays in 30 minutes. Again, fits my time frame. $25 for the US, but there is like an upgraded copy called Extra Cheese. Well, so there's just the cheese, which is the physical game, plus the print and play, plus you get it on Tabletop Simulator. That's the $25. And then for the $39 version, they have the physical game, the print and play, Tabletop Simulator, 3 sticker, a cheese fire turn marker, and a pin of one of the characters. And that's $39.
Okay.
And they have another level called Heckin' Cheese, which is the physical copy, the print and play, Tabletop Simulator, 3 stickers, turn marker, the pin, and it says plus heck. So that is Looks like a little box comes with it.
Okay.
That's $59.
Okay.
But the nice thing is shipping.
Mm.
They're estimating at $5.
That's pretty reasonable.
And I know that's a big thing right now is shipping. But they have added some stretch goals already to this, a couple new chef cards, improved card quality, improved box quality, which is always big for you.
I love a fancy box.
It says it's in Boston linen cheese.
Ooh.
And then they're still waiting on the last stretch goal, which is they're sending you blank cards so you make your own funny cheeses.
Okay.
But that is Cheese Factory, and that ends on July 14th.
Okay.
I had to add the days in my head. July 14th.
So my next crowdfunding game is my most expensive one out of the ones I've suggested.
Okay.
That ends July 2nd, and that is Tsuro Luxury Edition.
Okay.
This is a game that I think most people probably play Tsuro at this point.
Yeah.
It got the Will Wheaton bump when they played it on tabletop, and that's how people got to know it. It's a fun game where you're moving dragons on a path, and you try to be the last dragon on the board. Really fun game. Fine the way it is. But for some reason somebody said, hey, I can take this game and overproduce the heck out of it.
Okay.
So it comes with all the pieces are, I think, oak, if I remember correctly, with like gold painted lines on it. All your dragons are metal. The board is a scroll that unfurls. It comes in like this wooden chest that's like finished inside, like really high in production. For one copy of this, I'm assuming it's probably like a $25 game now if you look for it, if that. For one copy of this version, it's going to run you $350.
Yeah, that is steep for that game.
Unless this is your favorite game
Yes.
of all time,
Yes.
and you're like, hey guys, let's not play with this copy. I got a copy that ran me almost $400 we can play with. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. Now, I do believe this one does come with 8 metal pieces. So it gives you, and a dice. So I think it
Okay.
does combine both Tsuros into one deluxe Tsuro,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. But you know, it's one of those things where I came very close to backing it. Then I realized I don't have $350 for it.
I'm sure you thought about backing this.
I was hovering over. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, I looked at my bank account. It was like $340. I'm like, can't do it.
Yep. Yeah. Unless this is your absolute favorite game.
Or you just have money to spend.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're gonna play game night with my $1,000 chess set, my $400 Tsuro set, my $800 Chinese checker set.
Speaking of $1,000, and this has nothing to do with our crowdfunding here. I saw somebody post online.
Mhm.
They're at the Corning Glassware place in Corning, New York. We've been there.
Yes.
And they are selling a $1,000 glass copy of Monopoly.
That actually sounds pretty reasonable.
I don't know if I'd play with glass.
Well,
but-
I'm assuming it's the board and the pieces are glass.
no, the board I don't believe was.
So it's just the pieces.
I believe.
Then that's too. I was willing
Or
to.
the board is embedded in glass. I don't know. I tried to look at it. I couldn't really tell from the picture.
Because if it's just the pieces that are glass, you could get glass pieces for
Yeah.
cheaper than $1,000.
But yeah, the $350 for Sora. Unless it's your favorite game or you're really into
Now
those.
everything is glass. The cards are glass. The
Yeah.
money is glass. I'd lay down $1,000 for that, just because I'd be like, be really careful when
But
you.
not 350 for this thing of Sora.
Well, no, because this $1,000 could shatter in my hand and just
Yeah.
ruin me spiritually and financially.
Drop it as soon as you get out the door.
It comes in a box that's been battered by like the shipping people. It's like our bad, and I just open up, this just shattered glass. I'm like, no.
It's almost like the chocolate version of Catan.
Yeah,
Is that what they had?
I think.
Yeah. But
So that.
Tsuro.
Yeah, I did go. It's your turn.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Tsuro again.
My second one is a collection of 3 print and play games.
Okay.
I'm not sure why I'm into all these print and play things. But I haven't backed any,
Uh-huh.
even though I'm like, I should back this. They're $5, and I forget about it. I need to do that. This one, it's a collection of 3. If you do each one individually, they're $3 a piece.
Okay.
But if you do the whole collection of all 3, it's $6. Might as well do all 3. And this
I
is,
thought you were gonna tell me it was $9 if you got all 3.
well, you're getting a discount of $3. By Marco Solagna.
Okay.
I'm very sorry for butchering your last name.
I'm sure that's how we'll say it from now on.
He has had 3 other, or this is his 4th one. He has had 2 others, Zombie Snack and Bot Hunters,
Okay.
which again were print and plays. But now, for me, again, these fit my short games, but all 3 of these are solo play.
Okay.
There's one Space Escape, one called the Four Towers, and one called Green Thumb. So the Four Towers is it's climb the walls of the castle, defeat the enemies, and save the princess.
Okay.
Space Escape, you're low in space. The space station is in failure. Your only way out is to reach the spaceship before you run out of oxygen.
Okay.
And the Green Thumb is plant all the trees, avoiding parasites, moles, snakes, and mean birds. Again, all solo play, 5 to 10 minute, and 3 games for $6. Again, a lot of these roll and writes that are print and plays on here. I don't know how good they are, but $6, 3 games, might be worth a shot.
My last one for this month for crowdfunding, I almost didn't put on the list because it's a style of game I really don't care for, but the people who make it I know are going to do a great job because they're a company that everything I've played I've enjoyed.
Okay.
It's from Roxley's game,
All right.
Roxley game. This is Skyrise.
Okay.
It ended July 1st, and for the regular edition, it was $49. For the Kickstarter edition, it was $75. You can still back it through late backing and all that. You know, even when a Kickstarter ends, you know, they always let late backers in when they do the open sourcing. This is a area control auction game.
Okay.
Where there's these cities on the board, they're empty, that you bid on lots to put your buildings on. And
Okay.
then the highest buildings and the biggest groups score certain ways. And this one got a lot of views mainly because of the production value.
Okay.
Because, you know, Roxley
Yeah.
does a lot of great production value. It has a 3D board. Every building's different for each person. And the biggest selling point that really I think people are going to enjoy is you can add on that the pieces, the buildings are already like not painted, but they're shaded, like they're washed, so they look nice. Because some people just wash their pieces.
Yeah.
Look nice. So you can pay, I think, an extra like $25 to get your pieces already pre-washed, which is a really nice feature.
Yeah.
I think if CMON would do that with their games, they would make a lot more money on their Kickstarters. Not like they're hurting for money on Kickstarters. But Skyrise, it's a very beautiful looking game. I'm sure if I played it, I'd be like, this is very fun. But it's a game that I don't think would be fun for 2 people, which is normally games that we end up playing.
Yeah.
And it's not style of game that you and I really play. We don't play a whole lot of bidding games
Yeah.
or area control games, and that's what it's those two things combined.
Yeah.
I mean, I would play it. I pulled it out and be like, hey guys, take a look at this super awesome looking cool game that is also probably fun. You know, I say I wouldn't back it, even though I keep praising it pretty highly.
Yeah.
But you know, sometimes.
Well, because it doesn't fit our game style.
Yeah, and you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't play games that aren't in your game style.
No.
But it's one of those things where if you buy, you're like, well, I'm only ever going to play this if I take it somewhere and play with people, kind of thing. And it's that kind of investment.
Yeah.
But, you know, for $75 plus an additional, I think, like $25 to get washed, $100 for a pre-washed game that comes with game trays, like I think 106 individual buildings that are all different. I mean, the value's there, but just not for me. But those were my 3 crowdfundings for this month. You still have one more, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And so this sort of steps out of the realm of games that I play, because this is actually a role-playing game. And it's called Butter Princess.
Okay.
Did you see this?
I did not see Butter Princess.
So Butter Princess, it's a role-playing game about a doomed dairy heist at the Minnesota State Fair.
Ooh.
So it's for 2 to 5 players, which I think, again, role-playing you'd want to do with more.
Yeah.
It's claiming to be equal parts comedy, horror, thriller. It's an over-the-top rendition of the Minnesota State Fair, which I've never been to, but I think would be fun to go to. I love fairs, so any state fair, literally any fair for me is fun.
Except for unfair. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah. Well, I heard it's a good game, though.
No, I just meant the concept.
So at the center of this, it's a 90-pound butter sculpture. That's the winner of a dairy-themed Midwestern pageant. The sculpture has the attention of characters who will stop at nothing to obtain their own devious goals. And to me, that just sounds cool. You're trying to heist this butter sculpture. And I go to the rewards here. I thought the reward thing was, well, not rewards, but the backing.
Yeah.
It's listed as rewards. So for $10, you get the PDF only version.
Okay.
And for $19, you get the printed version and the PDF version.
Okay. That's not printed version for $19 and a PDF.
For $90, you get the PDF and 5 copies of the book.
Okay.
And $600, you get the printed, the PDF, plus host a game. They'll host an online session for you and 3 of your friends, which is approximately 4 hours. But the printed version comes in a vintage travel guide pamphlet style of like roadside attractions, which I love, and I will still pick those up at places. When we go to a restaurant or something, they got all those tourist pamphlets. I'm the guy who still takes those.
Hey, they're very helpful. They give you times when places are open.
Yeah,
what to do.
I love looking at those. So an RPG with the rules and everything in that style of pamphlet is just awesome. And considering this is such a weird,
role-playing game?
Yeah, I'm not much of a role player, but this definitely sounds like one I would play.
Mm-hmm.
And it is on till July 19th.
Okay.
So, hint birthday presents.
Yeah, your birthday's before that, so
Yeah.
you're out of luck.
Actually, I need a new phone.
Yeah.
So, but what have you been looking at on crowdfunding sources, whether it be Kickstarter, GameFound? While we're talking about that, what about the new one? Have you heard anything? Any of that news?
Indiegogo?
No.
Oxcrowd?
No, the one that does all the like final stuff for Kickstarter.
Quartermaster?
No. forget what it is now, but they're starting their own. I watch more board game news than Tim does.
Well,
He's not into the hobby at all.
I hate board gaming. Let that be known.
Tim hates fun.
I do.
But what do you think about the new competitor to Kickstarter and GameFound? And I'm drawing a blank.
Our pledge manager.
Whatever the new one is. And I'm drawing a blank.
Pledge bot. Money grab.
Since Tim doesn't care or have fun.
Hey, if I did a crowdsourcing website, I would call it money grab.
But again, what are you backing? Are you thinking of any of these weird games that we picked? I guess mine are weird. Yours aren't.
Yeah, about to say. You really can't bank on a $350 weird game.
You know, because some of the other ones I had pulled up here were Olympics.
I never heard of it.
Olymplalks.
It might have just launched a couple days ago.
No, because it's got 13 days to go. I started looking at this stuff like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I saved it. It has like flicking, and you play like a decathlon, and it's got sideboards. It's like an Olympic game. I had that. I already did Cheese Factory. Beaver Brawl.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
Was one that I had marked Stardust Coffee.
I didn't see that one.
And then Nut Hunt. You see?
saw
Heard
that.
good things about that, but I didn't have that on here. But again, let us know any of the games we've talked about, what you're backing. Have you had any Kickstarters come in in the month of June? Did we have any come in?
We did. Last Friday, we had an unboxing of our Kickstarter that came in of Marvel's Dice Round.
Okay. And then in June, the X-Men.
That was the month before.
That was in May that came in?
Yep, that came in May. We also Chai came in June. We
Okay.
played. Emoji came in June and we played.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, thumbs up.
Share the video. Watch another video after this. It does help with the algorithm. We're getting closer to 50 subscribers. And as always, stay sweet.